Hello everyone, this is the first video from my new backyard. I haven't yet got a full loft set up, but I've put together the boxes from the old house to do a little bit of breeding before the end of the year. So let's head up to my parents' house now, where all the birds are kept, and pick out a few for breeding. Alright, well, I'm up here at the loft at my parents' house, and before we pull some of the pigeons out to take them back home, let's have a quick look at some of the old favourites you haven't seen for a while. First we have the young little tiger grizzle, who was bred just before I moved house. He's slowly starting to get his colour. I think when this one molts out, he's actually going to be quite white. I think he might be a homozygous tiger grizzle, but time will tell, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as he molts out. Over here in the breeding box we have Shock's father and Shock's mother, you might remember from the Mani Loft channel. And there is a fertile egg in there. So before too long, Shock's going to have another little sibling. And I have one new little squeaker to show you. This one was actually a little unexpected. I picked up some babies bred for stock from a long distance line because here in Sydney there's a new long distance racing club, and eventually I would like to try and tackle those races. But this one actually has a nice little crest. And it was really unexpected because the parents weren't crested and there was no crested pigeons in the pedigree that we could see. So obviously it's just a recessive gene that's been there for a long time, and finally two birds who carried it came together and produced this little crested baby. It's a little fortunate. I've been meaning to pick up a crested bird because I know a lot of you guys have been asking how to breed crests, and now we got one by accident and in our racing lines as well. Alright, well, we're back and I've got all the pigeons in their boxes, so let's poke our heads in and have a quick look. Up the top here we have the red cock, who you guys might recognise. If you've watched the Family of Shock video, you would have seen him. And here's a new young hen. Now I've put these two together because a friend of mine would like some red checkers to race, and I'm sure he'll like the babies that come out of these two. If you look at the tail of the cockbird, you can see that he actually carries blue, so there is a chance of getting some blue daughters out of this pair, but we just have them together to produce some nice reds at the moment. Over here we have the pair that a lot of you guys are excited about. This is the barless hen and her new partner, the dark checker cock. Now, in my barless video, I actually made a mistake. I said that this guy was a Federation winner, and that's not actually true. His father was a Federation winner. He was a Federation third place getter, so I just wanted to clarify that. But I'm excited to have this pair together, and looking forward to see what we get out of them. Over here, the Opal Grizzle is back, and he has a new hen, a recessive Opal Blue Bar hen. Now my plan with these guys is to breed some birds to race, but also to try to recreate the colour of this cockbird. It's a little difficult because he is a recessive opal, he's a grizzle, and he is smoky, so it's three different genes I need to combine to get this colour. Luckily grizzle is a dominant gene, this hen is a recessive opal, and she carries smoky. So I do have a chance of recreating this colour with this pairing. Down here is another pair that you guys are quite interested in. This is our recessive red model pair, and these are being bred to race as well. Another friend of mine wanted some recessive reds to race, so I've put these together for him. Up here on the brick for a perch, this is the hen who raced the 650 kilometre race, and the cock comes from a good racing bloodline as well. So I'm expecting good things from these guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform in my friend's race loft. Well, that's an unexpected little egg. But down here is another pair that you guys are familiar with. This is the old black cock. And he's actually the father of the black pied hen who you might see on the Mani Loft channel, the one who's been flying quite well recently. This is her father. And he's paired with the almond hen who he was with a while ago. We didn't get an almond in the last round, so I've put them together once more just to try and get one little almond baby to race next year. And finally down here, we have the sister of Shock from the Mani Loft channel, and she's paired up to this black cockbird, who is actually one of the ones that we bred earlier in the year. This is the black pied who carries brown, and he's grown up quite nice. I'm really happy with how he's turned out. But I put him together with this hen to try and get some nice brown racing pigeons. They are both pied, which, like you've heard me say 1,000 times, is something I would like to avoid, but performance is slightly more important at the moment, so I'm going to deal with the pied and hope we get some good race birds out of them. So that's the 6 pairs that I've brought down. At the moment this is all we have, this little bank of nest boxes. But within the next few months, I'm going to put the loft up over there. And I'm really looking forward to being able to do that. We also have the garden going in over here. And I'm doing some renovations inside the house as well. So with the pigeons, the house and the garden, there's lots of exciting things happening around here at the moment. And I'll be sure to keep you guys updated with everything that goes on. If you guys do live in a part of the world where masks are unfortunately required at the moment, take a look at the merch store. There are a few different pigeon masks available there. But guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.